Welcome back to our special report, Getting Answers, Gabby's Final Days. Before the break, we retraced the end of Gabby and Brian's road trip, and we looked at the timeline of events as we have come to know them. Now that we have seen all of that, do those final stops reveal new clues or just add to this mystery? I want to bring back Brian Entin, who is live in Grand Teton National Park, along with former FBI agent Jennifer Coffindaffer tonight. Thank you both again. Jennifer, I want to start with you. Looking back at those final days of their journey together, Brian and Gabby, give us a view through your investigative lens. What stands out most to you?
Well, I think when we go back, we have to look at what is the FBI going to look at to prove this case, to prove a case against the killer of Gabby Petito. It starts with who had the opportunity. And the van coming back with Brian and without Gabby showed that he was the last person probably with her. If she were still alive, why would he have the bank cards? She would need the bank cards to function. The camping incident, it's incongruent with somebody who has just lost a loved one in terms of being missing. They would be looking. The lawyering up process. Why would you lawyer up if she had just stayed behind? Brian, gone. A lot of people who commit these types of crimes either commit suicide or they go on the run. Of course, Gabby's body being found and the DNA and autopsy evidence that's going to be able to be gleaned from that. And then also you want to prove what was the motive? What was the motive for this person to commit this crime? And in this case, the Moab video, as well as the Mary Piglet situation, provides that final answer.
And potentially what was in that notebook that was found at the reserve. Brian, let's bring you in here. Security cameras outside that coffee shop that you visited, also the co-op, they did not want to give away the surveillance video, as you mentioned. Did they say why, and if police interviewed any of those people or happened to see the video, and if it revealed anything?
Well, that was really the most surprising takeaway, I would say, from Moab for me, is we went there thinking we were going to get surveillance video because there are so many stores and shops right in that area, and we ran into a couple of things. Many of the businesses, when this all happened back in mid-August, didn't know that it was significant and didn't have their video that was saved that long, so the video is now gone. Other places just don't have surveillance video. I mean, if you live in a big city, you're used to Ring cameras, and pretty much every business has a surveillance camera. But in a place like Moab, many of the businesses don't have cameras. The assistant police chief even told me that's a problem that they run into a lot with all sorts of crimes, is that people and businesses just don't have cameras. And he also said that they were not able to find any surveillance video in the entire town of Brian and Gabby. The only video that they have of Brian and Gabby in town is from that body camera video.
Jennifer, Chris and Roberta Laundrie, do they hold the key to information here?
I don't believe so. I believe the FBI will be able to solve this crime based on their subpoenaed information they're going to get, based on the autopsy, the DNA evidence, looking at that site where the body was recovered, and then possibly another site where the crime occurred, possibly, witness statements, tracking all the cyber evidence. They're going to be able to put together a case without the Laundrie parents.
Brian, do you know if investigators are using satellite imagery to look at Grand Teton, to look at some of these other spots that may reveal some clues?
Well, we knew they were at one point. Whether they have been doing that again recently, we don't know. But after setting my eyes on the area where the body was found for the first time today, again, what I'll tell you is that the distance from the van to where the body was found is quite a long way. And there is this dirt road where the van was, Marnie. And yes, it's a desolate area, but we saw a number of cars driving by. I mean, it's not just like there's no one out there. I mean, there are campers, there were people driving by. And one thing I kept thinking about when we were out there is, if Gabby's body was carried all the way from the van to where she was found, about 1,000 feet away, you would think someone may have seen that happen, because it would have been difficult with the creeks and the small river you have to go through. So we don't know, possibly did that happen in the nighttime, but it was certainly interesting to see it with our own eyes.
And maybe it pings and jogs someone's memory as to seeing or hearing something. Jennifer and Brian, thank you both. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.